Hi, it is iYikKam time again. So after I released the video on the 3 disaster practice of Wing Chun and calling for reform to get into the Wing Chun West era, many friends have emailed me and messaged me discussing on this 3 disaster of Wing Chun, and many asking me what is the reason of this mess in Wing Chun today. And I have looked into this issue actually for years now. So the following is what I like to share with you, what I found. Okay. And of course, I am no God, and so please take this as a reference and just don't thinking that I know it all. I don't. Okay. And you need to do your research to see whether what I'm saying is a fact or not. If it's a fact, then take it as a fact. Okay. If it's not, then that's just my opinion. Okay. There are 4 things which mess Wing Chun up. Okay, for past 60 years or so, there are 4 things which is mess Wing Chun up. The first thing is money. The second thing is movie. The third thing is extreme subjective. The 4th thing is rely on hearsay. These 4 things mess up Wing Chun, and that's why we get what we get today in general. Okay, that is why this 3 disaster of Wing Chun get into the place as it is today. The first thing is money. Making money is not a sin. In fact, it is good to make money. Everybody deserves to make money. As Napoleon Hill say in his book, the Think and Grow Rich, one can desire to make as much money as they like to, provided they want to know what they are going to give in return of making this money. Okay, so in today's words, we can look at that as like it's a service. Okay, if we go working in the fast food store, we flip hamburger, we get the salary, we do the job. Or if we talk about like selling smartphone, then if we sell a good quality smartphone, then one get a return. Okay, one can make as much money as one want because one provide the service or provide the product which is helping other people. Okay. Now, the issue on Wing Chun is, number 1, using the selling of smartphone as an analogy. Are we selling smartphone Wing Chun, or are we selling MP3 Wing Chun? So what do I mean? Are we selling the Wing Chun, which is a martial arts, or are we selling Wing Chun, which is an entertainment? Okay. So that has to be really clear. If I say, oh, I'm selling this cell phone, but I give you an MP3 instead of a cell phone, that's going to mess things up, right? Another thing is, if I sell a cell phone, I better sell a working function cell phone. If I sell a cell phone which is not working, not functioning properly, then it's going to screw up thing too. Okay? So in the same analogy, in the same way, Wing Chun, what are we sell today? Is Wing Chun the martial art or Wing Chun the entertainment? What do we really sell today? Or are we using the student as a cash cow? Didn't give them the cell phone we promised to give, but just give them a box, a cardboard and so forth. Okay? So if you look at this, number one point, what I'm saying here on money is, if everybody can sell as what one claimed, then there will be no mess like today. Today's mess is many is selling iPhone. At least they claim they sell iPhone, but they give other people MP3. And many is selling iPhone, but they only give the box of the iPhone. Instead there's no even iPhone. So when people talk about iPhone, for somebody it's just a box, a cardboard box. For some it's MP3. And of course for some they know it is the real iPhone. So this is where the mess come in. Okay? So money. Money is number one issue. The second issue is movie. The Chinese say the water can float a ship. The water can also overturn a ship. Movie is like water for Wing Chun. Wing Chun is like the ship or the boat. The movie float the Wing Chun. And the movie also overturn the Wing Chun. How is it? We need to face the reality. Wing Chun is popular today because of a person who lives 40 miles away from here, Bruce Lee. Without Bruce Lee, how many people will know Wing Chun? Since 1840, the loss of the, actually 1860, the loss of the Red Boat Uprising, how many really know Wing Chun? It is Bruce Lee's, and the credit has to give to Bruce Lee, who, because he practiced Wing Chun prior to his creation of Jeet Kune Do, then Wing Chun get popular. Okay? And why is it popular? Because Bruce Lee is a superstar in movie. Bruce Lee make great movies. Okay? Now, after Bruce Lee, you look at the Hong Kong movie, Wing Chun movie. Okay? From the 1970s until today's, okay, fighting the Mike Tyson, and you look at the whole thing, those are movies, okay? And in these movies, these are all calligraphy. Whether the director know it is Wing Chun or not, it is making movie. And so, now, if you look around, a big majority of people is using movie choreography as the standard reference of movie. Okay, so they use movie as a standard reference, and people often ask, how come in the MMA your Wing Chun doesn't look like Wing Chun? What do you mean by that? Oh, what they mean is, in MMA, a Wing Chun fighter has to fight like a movie, okay? So, when one get into that, meaning one have no idea, is it a movie, choreography, or a reality? Wing Chun, okay? And without knowing what is reality, that Wing Chun entertainment in the movie and the real life Wing Chun we have to base on momentum, it is messing up thing. Big time. As I pointed out the other day on the 3 Disaster YouTube, people is using this type of stuff, claiming that there's Wing Chun. They claim that it's Wing Chun, okay? And you see how they get taken down, okay? Instantaneously. So the whole thing is movie messed up Wing Chun big time. The third one is extreme subjective. You often heard people say this. This is my Wing Chun. This is my way of Wing Chun. And all his students has to follow his way. My way of Wing Chun. And if people questions, what is your way of Wing Chun? They will tell you this. My teacher is such and such grandmaster of Wing Chun. Or they will say, my teacher give me a title, I'm the king of Wing Chun. Or they will say, I'm the best fighter. Okay? Well, is there anything got to do with Wing Chun? No, it doesn't have anything to do with Wing Chun. So you can have one guy doing this, 2 guys doing this, and you have the whole world doing this. Everybody have their Wing Chun, their way of Wing Chun. How can that not mess up Wing Chun when Wing Chun is a well-defined art in the past? And all this reason is a mislogic. It got nothing to do with Wing Chun. So with this kinds of a super subjective, it's guaranteed to mess up Wing Chun, the art. Because nobody really know what is Wing Chun. Because everybody will say, my grandmaster teach me this. This is Wing Chun. Whatever I do is Wing Chun. You, my student, you better follow me. This is my Wing Chun way. This is the real Wing Chun. This is the most authentic Wing Chun. This is the older Wing Chun. Okay? But in fact, it is super subjective claiming, which is mislogic. Now, the fourth is hearsay. For past 60 years, after the Hong Kong era, you see all kinds of argument. Wing Chun is Wing Chun, and Wing Chun is Wing Chun. All kinds of stuff. And Mui and Jisip and all this kind of stuff. And whose father created Wing Chun and so forth. And the Shaolin, not Shaolin, this and that. All is hearsay. Did anybody really go to study and research and investigate what happened in the past with the history of Wing Chun in the track records of the Chinese history? No. So what is the evidence that they don't do that? Because Wing Chun is a southern short strike art. Anybody who really serious do research will right away go into General Qi Ji Guang, the general of Ming Dynasty, 1560s, the records on the reality, based on that, not based on Jisim, Mui, Weng Chun, Wing Chun, and then hearsay from Taiji. Taiji is the advance of Wing Chun. All this mess. Well, it doesn't know what really happened. In reality, in the ancient China, doesn't know what is a short strike, what is a long fist. No idea at all. And on the other hand, have no idea what is the human mechanics and physics. So if you lost the ancient teaching or ancient technology and have no idea what is the science and the physics today, which actually the ancient technology of China and the science today, they echo each other. They are actually support each other. If you don't get this and you're keeping walking around in the hearsay, and all the so-called grandmaster get into this loop of the hearsay, one can spend another 1,000 years discussing, is that we create Wing Chun or Jisim create Wing Chun? Is Wing Chun is Wing Chun or Wing Chun is Weng Chun? Is if a Grandmaster Yip Man take his art from Wing Chun? All those kinds of stuff. Okay? And then with all this hearsay, you create all kinds of Wing Chun. With the bottom line, you know what? If General Qi Ji Guang lived today, they look at it, what the heck are you talking about? Wing Chun is a short strike. You guys don't even do short strike. You guys don't even do momentum, as I wrote in my book, 1560. So what the heck is this? General Qi Ji Guang will say this. Okay? So, with all the hearsay, everybody wastes the energy on all this. My lineage is better than your lineage. I'm more authentic and more old. Okay, Wing Chun is from Weng Chun, and Grandmaster Yip Man took his dummy from Weng Chun, and all this kind of stuff. But you don't look up there and say, hey, before Grandmaster Yip Man, what is it there? What is it? What is it actually? Is transmit from the ancient down. You can track that. For example, Grandmaster Yip Man said really clearly in his interview, receiving. And in 1700, you know, the short strike art is clearly defined. Long coming, short receive, close in. Okay? It is a transmission. It is a solid transmission. But people don't look at it. In fact, most don't even know what is a short strike and long fist. Most doesn't know the differentiate of the art of the ancient China, where hey, General Qi Ji Guang is a real imperial god, the coach of the real imperial guard, like today's special force, okay? But nobody look at that. People say, oh, there's a Mui, there's a Wing Chun, and then there's a Jisim, and then there's a Shaolin, and then there's spiral for 100 years there. Wasting a lot of energy, wasting a lot of resources, and go nowhere, but it trapped into even worse because it now messed up the completely, the Wing Chun completely. Okay? So Wing Chun is very simple. If we want to follow this from the ancient General Qi Ji Guang's technology and today's technology, science, it's only boiled down to this. It's only boiled down to this. Long coming, short strike, fluently or naturally close in. Come, receive, goes, escort, disengage, shoot in. That's all. But if you keep doing this, if we keep just interpret whatever this is without knowing this, then there's trouble. That really show exactly one have no idea what is Wing Chun, the short strike. So I make this T-shirt, okay? I make this T-shirt giving to everybody. It is no lineage, no nothing, but this two quid or sentence actually define Wing Chun clearly to the first order. It cannot be wrong if you go doing this. Okay? It's not hearsay. So again, the fourth is the hearsay. You mess around with the hearsay and the whole thing mess up. So this is the fourth thing what I see which is mess up Wing Chun. Okay? And we need to avoid this because this is a kiss of death when we are trapped inside there. And finally, as for the Wing Chun West, this is what it is, put it in a picture. The ancients of the ancient Wing Chun technology, teaching with a scientific way. Okay, this is a Western and then Newtonian physics, and then this is the philosophy of the Chinese, and then this and this is the force war and so forth. Okay, so actually, the era of Wing Chun West is not about who create what, but you get this ancient technology, and this is modern day science. You fuse them together, make a very effective, efficient, and pragmatic. Make it a efficient, effective, and pragmatic subject where everybody can study and can actually handle it in, say, one semester, instead of guessing for the whole lifetime for 40 years, 60 years, 100 years, 1,000 years, and spiral in these four things which mess up Wing Chun. Okay? So this is what I'd like to share with you today. If you think what I'm saying is worth to look into, go look into and see what I say is the facts or not.